Hey everyone, title of the video is not really meant to be clickbait. It is meant to be a genuine statement of what I want to do here. Recently, in case you haven't heard of, there was body cam footage released of Pat, PopularMMOs, of him in a very unfortunate state and being arrested for possession of marijuana in the state of Florida, which is illegal in that state. Long story short, it was very hard to watch, not because he did anything majorly wrong, but it is really hard to see Pat in that state. PopularMMOs was a huge piece of my childhood, and it was heartbreaking to hear him mutter the words, "I'm tired of it all." And since I saw that footage, that has stuck with me since. I'm unsure what date exactly it was that the footage was released and it was brought to my attention, but it is currently June 10th as I'm recording this. And yeah, it is stuck with me and replayed in my mind since. I know that Pat is not a bad guy. He's done a few stupid things, but for the most part, I still don't think that he deserves to be where he is right now, considering how much he's done in the past for quite literally millions of people. It is very hard to see that the one man who was a very, practically a foundation of who I have grown up to be, go down a very sad path that, frankly, I don't think at all he deserves to be walking down. I know a lot of it is also due to the one toxic ex making it her mission to ruin his life for zero reason whatsoever, and it has only become more and more apparent that he is continuing to struggle with everything. Money, addiction. I can't imagine what his mental is in this state, to the point where after being arrested again, all he can really say and think of is how tired he is of everything. I've seen several articles or other YouTubers or people go down much worse paths, and none of them have hurt nearly as much as this, because, like I said before, I don't believe that this is something that he really deserves. Not to dismiss the actual wrongdoings he's done, but he has still done so much more good for people than bad. To see how this is the same person that I would wake up in the morning, watch a video of his before school, the same person who, no matter what I was doing, I would have him in the background, at the very least, if not having my full attention. That he was my absolute go-to to go watch anybody do anything. The same person who I was there to see start his very own Instagram account and was just overjoyed every single time I made a piece of art for him, and to see him like those posts of mine, and to see that same person is now struggling in almost every regard, hurts beyond, well, I won't say beyond belief, but it really hurts to see somebody that I don't even personally know, but love as much as I do, be in such a hurt and struggling scenario. So, I do genuinely want to help Pat as much as I can. And I know my chances of success are incredibly low, but it's not zero. And have not felt more passionate about doing or starting, or I'm about to start. But a huge part of me feels like I owe it to him, at the very least, to try. Because he helped make who I am today. Has left a huge mark in my life. So, I'm gonna do what I can, with Aiden and Rachel by my side, to do what I can to try and bring more attention to him, and to hopefully be some sort of inspiration down the long line to him, to get him back on the right track. I say all of this because going into what I'm about to drop is I'm starting a new channel. It's called Let's Help Pat. The Let's Help Pat campaign is something that I plan to spread to most of the main social media sites. At the very least, I'm going to be starting off on YouTube, but very shortly after, I'm planning to spread to Instagram, Twix, probably even TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account myself. That's showing how far I want to go with this. As much as I can to get as much out there as I can. My situation's tough, being where I am, and I'm very limited with what I can really do. What I can do, and what I'm currently doing, is joined by Aiden and Rachel. We are helping recreate and hopefully bring back to life his iconic series, plural. Challenge games, Lucky Block races, Lucky Block Hunger Games, burning maps, whatever else that he is known for, or at least helped bring to life, at least to my life. We're recreating that in a sense. I know 100%. I'm not Pat. None of us are Pat. We don't have that same charm. The best that I can do in my state is try to help rebuild some sort of community who loves him the way I do and want to see him succeed. I don't expect it to go super far, but I still hope that it reaches some of the right people, because I know that there are a lot of people who still love Pat a lot and know that he is still that good, fun, charming person inside. He's just in a very, very hard spot right now. It's, like I said, it's hard. I don't have all the time in the world. I don't have all the money in the world. I don't have all the resources in the world. I'm balancing job, school, still living at home for the time being, just to try to save money where I can. Not to mention, once I have to start paying for rent, once I eventually get my own place, I don't have all the time and resources in the world, sadly, to do what I would like to do to try to help Pat the way I want to help him. And it's certainly not the popularity either, to really get a huge word out there about what it is that I'm doing and what it is that I want to accomplish. But that's exactly why I'm starting the second channel, and hopefully branching out far and wide on other platforms, so that we can make a strong community, hoping for the return of PopularMMOs in any sort of fashion, really. Even if he doesn't return to YouTube at the end, the main goal is that we, any of us can help him put one foot in front of the other and start making it down a better path, knowing that he's not alone. There are many people who still love him a lot. I want to see him happy. I really do. I want him to have a happy ending, knowing the good that he's done for years and years. How big of an impact he's had on my life and on millions and millions of others. Let's Help Pat will be linked in the description if I can get that to work. If you like Pat's content, if you like what I do, if it interests you, or if you want to just help support the campaign, then please share it, subscribe to it, do whatever you can to help the cause, because And it's small, but it's what I can do right now to try to do anything for him. Because I don't want to sit back watching something like that, feeling as heartbroken as I did that night that I watched the footage, and then just not do anything about it. I owe it to him to at least try. He is incredible. I know he is. I know the Pat that I watched is still in there. So, that's all I have to say. I appreciate you reaching this far, seeing through to the end. I hope you consider supporting it is that I'm doing. It would mean way more than just watching this video or even being subscribed to my main channel. I don't expect much link between the two, considering that I want the Let's Help Pat content to resemble his content, being for a wider audience. No swears, no crude jokes, just simple, lighthearted fun. Doing what he used to do, hoping to build that community back. So, thank you again. Hadyan out.